Okay, we're going to test the Trilene knot against three of fishermen's favorite knots. Now for each test, the Trilene knot will be represented by the orange bead. On the left, first the improved clinch knot will be represented by the green bead. I will tie the Trilene knot one time, so you see how I do it. Okay, on my right, we're going to tie the Trilene knot. So I'm going to go through the eye of the swivel once. Then I'm going to come through a second time. And I'm going to maintain that little loop there. Now on all my testing I do 5 twists. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the tagline is going to come back through this loop. Like that. Going to wet the fishing line. And pull that tight. That's the Trilene knot on my right. We're going to leave about a 1/4 inch tag. Now the first knot we will be testing the Trilene knot against is one of fishermen's favorite knot, the clinch knot. So what we're going to do is put that through the eye of the hook. And that's going to get 5 twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut some of that tag off. Now we're going to put that tag. Put that tag through the loop. Wet the line. Pull it tight. Okay, we're going to cut a 1/4 inch tag. This test board is called the Nutbuster 3000. Try to get close to the center line of the board, which is about 12 inches. For all 3 knots. First knot on the left is the clinch knot represented by the green fishing bead, and that will change colors on each of the 3 different knots on the left, but this will remain the same on the right. Here we go. Let's stretch it out. Okay, on the first test, and I'm just going to show it like I see it. On the first test, the fishing line broke in the middle. That's 50-pound test monofilament line. Okay? 50-pound test broke. It didn't break near no knots, near the test end, near the ratchet. Here you can see the Trilene knot held and the clinch knot held. It looks like we have the line starting to give here. So that's pretty good. The 50-pound test failed before this clinch knot. But it is what it is. Now we're going to do the Trilene knot against the improved clinch knot, and everything's going to be new. I'm going to redo everything, so we'll be back in a second. Okay, now for the second test, I showed you how I tied the Trilene knot in the first test. So I don't have to waste your time with all that, but I did redo the entire Trilene knot on my right, represented by the orange bead. So the second test is going to be the improved clinch knot, represented by the white fishing bead. Some may think that's a light green, but you can let me know in the comments. So on my left, we're going to tie the improved clinch knot. And I got to get a weird angle because I have to have my right hand in position to tie this. I would normally flip the board, but I don't want to confuse everybody. You can see on my left is the 1, 2, 3, and then the higher numbers on the right where the Trilene knot is. So I do 5 twists with all the testing. There's the 5. I'm going to cut this line a little. Okay, I'm going to go through the first loop. Back through the second loop. Of course, I'm going to wet it. Okay, tighten it up. I'm going to leave enough tag here because I don't want the knot to slip and the test to fail that way, or I'm wasting a lot of time doing nothing here. So let me tighten this down. Want to get it near the center line at 12. The board is 24 inches. And if you stick to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you the secret super knot that I do on each end on the ratchets. This has to hold. If this fails here, I'm wasting even more time than I just mentioned. So these knots have to hold here. Okay, I got the swivel close to center. Okay, once again, the Trilene knot is on my right. The second test is testing against the improved clinch knot, represented by the white bead. So let's stretch it out and see what happens. Really holding good. Wow. There we have for the second test in a row. The 50-pound mono broke. and you see it didn't fail at the super knot, and it didn't fail here in the center at the Trilene knot or the improved clinch knot. So that's pretty crazy right there. These two knots held and the 50-pound mono broke. And this is all new line. This is all new line from the first test. So now we're going to go to test number 3 and hopefully we can get a knot to fail. Okay, here we go with the third test. Once again, on the right, we still have the Trilene knot. This is a brand new line here and a new knot. I'm not using the same one for each one. Each line and knot is fresh on my right. Orange bead represents the Trilene knot. Now on the left we got the blue bead. And for the third test we're going to try the uni knot. And hopefully we'll get a knot that fails rather than the 50-pound mono. Okay, for the uni knot, put the line through the eye of the swivel. Run a tag line parallel with the main line. Come around and make a loop on the bottom. Like that. Now you're going to wrap the tag line around these two lines. And like I said, I do 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna wet my line. And what I like about the uni knot, it always cinches up really nice, really easy. Okay, we're going to leave enough tag lines so the knot doesn't slip there. Not that the uni knot really has a problem slipping. Okay, for the third and final test, once again we got the Trilene knot on the right, represented by the orange bead. On the left, we got the uni knot, represented by the blue bead. And hopefully the 50-pound mono doesn't fail. All the line is fresh each time. Let's see what happens. On the left, the uni knot is still intact. And here you can see on the right, the orange bead came loose on the Trilene knot, so that means the knot failed. On the ends, the super knots that I used is the San Diego jam knot. I used the San Diego jam knot down here because I don't want the test to fail here, and it hardly ever does.